anytime you'd get a little rain or something like that, the mineral would turn to slop.
We were buying a ton of black tubs from the local feed store, and it was just getting way too expensive, and we're going through them way too quick.
You know, you pour it out, and they wipe out a sack in a hurry.
So what limits the consumption is how fast you can put it out. I'd be gone, and she'd be putting mineral out all the time. She's like, I put mineral out yesterday. And I was like, well, I don't think you got to treat them so nice, you know. And then I got to seeing how much she was spending. And I was like, we really shouldn't be treating them so nice.
You know, you're still putting out pretty good food, and your cattle are still looking pretty rough.
They just weren't in the best of shape that I wanted them to be in.
But we really just got frustrated with it, started looking for something else.
And we decided something had to change.
Front gate was open, and Lauren just walked in and introduced himself. Said, would you like to try some? And I said, yes, I would. I'll try some in Alada, New Mexico. Said, if it'll work there, he'll work anywhere in the world.
So we started putting Riomax out, and the cows, they come through the winter fantastic. Summer drought, they still look good.
He said, oh no, go ahead and take them off a ways from the water. And so we started having cattle in New Mexico grazing areas that they had not been grazing. So I was getting a lot more out of the ranch than I was prior to that.
First thing I noticed was the manure had changed. There weren't a lot of grass stems and stuff. It looked like it was all getting digested.
You can tell the product's working when it goes from this to just nothing. It washes away a whole lot easier. Before you could see the grains of grass. Now it's like a paste. There's nothing in it. So you can tell their gut is a whole lot more efficient.
The most efficient we can make that cow and utilize our natural resources is a good thing for me.
Main thing that I see what it's done, it has cut down our hay consumption. And hay is the number one highest product we have. They eat less of it and they do better on it. I know that's due to Riomax, and I know we have good hay because I try to put up good hay, but you got to have something to help them use that hay too.
You're going to get everything out of it. As before, if you put a lower quality hay in it, they're just going to consume the protein tubs more and more. But with this, they're going to get every ounce protein and benefit out of what they're eating.
I didn't start feeding hay probably till the middle of October till the 1st of November. You know, that made me feel happy. It made me feel good that I was able to stretch my cows a little bit further and keep them still in a good condition. They have done fantastic, a lot better than they looked last year.
I can stay in each pasture a little longer because they're utilizing the feed so much better. Basically, maybe not eating quite as much. The way I look at it is, I need more cows. I can rent some more cows.
I fall in love with all of them, and he won't let me name them, but I do anyway. I go, you know, Sparky, and he'll be like, 782?
I don't know who's Sparky. We cut back to like 2 days a week of feeding instead of 3 or 4.
In previous times, they'd almost run over you when you pull in the pasture.
Well, we don't kick at all anymore. I used to have to kick twice a week, sometimes more if it was in bad shape out here. And now with the tubs, I don't spend any time caking anymore. I just kick the tubs out.
We don't have a lot of time to spend driving around and putting out supplements or feeding cows or tearing up equipment. It's real easy, and we can move on and do all the other things that we have to do.
Cattle got what they need, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to take care of them.
I could be out doing something else or going to something.
Got time to go do other work or play or whatever. And
there's no play.
There's no play.
When we pregged those cows, they actually bred better the year after than they did the year before. I want to say it was about a 4% increase, and they were a year older and probably a worse body condition.
We've increased our breed back probably by about 5 to 6%.
Had a 98% conception rate. So as high as calves are, that will basically feed all my cows all year long with this Riomax, just that savings right there.
Increased nearly 10% on the breed up on my replacement heifers. You know, that was 20, 30 more head of calves at the end of the year that I'm able to sell.
That's several $1,000 right there. Makes my wife happy. Like I told you, she was real skeptical in the beginning. But now, after the first year, she's a believer. She thinks I'm pretty smart. So that's pretty valuable.
We got rid of the retained placentas. Our breed back went up about 8%. It's been really, really good.
When our groups of cows calved, them two that were on the Riomax had a lot more calves on the ground than the rest.
This past year I had, first time in a good while I've had 100%. I had one calf die, but one had twins, and I was able to have 100% calf crop, and I attribute a lot of that to the Riomax.
And this time they was 100% in our first calf heifers, and the same way in our
Second calf heifers.
I had so many calves, I was tired of looking at babies.
The vet this year was pretty amazed at what she saw with our bull tests. She said she's never seen anything like that before, and the only thing I can attribute that to was the Riomax. The bulls are just healthier, and
Our calving window has closed probably by about 3 weeks. I would say is a good estimation.
I'll keep my bulls out year round, but they'll come back in in 2 months after they have a calf, and it's just been very good breed back.
Yeah, you're not strung out looking at heifers for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Got them down to 4 weeks, and then you got time to go play and do something else.
It makes a big difference at the end of the year whenever you go sell that calf. If it's a month or two older, a lot of pounds there, and that's what we're doing is raising pounds of beef.
That tub can help you make more money.
right when they're born, they're jumping up even on a nasty day when it's raining and cold, the calf's up, within just being born.
They hit the ground in better condition and get up and start nursing, and mom's in better shape.
We haven't seen any burn up calves. All the calves look really good since we've been on Riomax.
The nutrition is so good. The calves are all healthy. Even when I wean them, I'll just feed them some good quality hay and put plenty of Riomax out there. In 3 years, I haven't doctored a single calf.
And they didn't sort or anything. They all weighed out. We think it's 20 to 40 pounds more.
I still outweighed some of those ranches by 80 pounds. Similar genetics, good operations. Without a doubt, it had to be the Riomax tubs. Wasn't doing anything different.
The team in Riomax is really, they back it up. I mean, that's what I've seen so far. They stand behind their product and they'll go to any limits to make sure that you're satisfied.
We haven't had any issues with the tubs or the people.
You trust them, you expect so much out of them, and everybody has always delivered for us with Riomax.
It all adds up, and it all goes against that high-priced sticker shock that you get when you have to write that check for that Riomax.
You get slapped in the face with that sticker price, and then you have to kind of figure out, let's see if it justifies its existence.
It was like, there's no way I'm putting that tub out for that much money. But all it cost was to get a few tubs and try it. You could always go back to what you was doing if you didn't like the results. You can waste money buying cheap stuff that don't work.
Might as well just do it right. Get value for that money that you're spending.
It's more expensive than other tubs, but I don't think that it costs you 1 penny. I think it's actually putting money back in your pocket.
I can say it's worth the shot because I know how much money we've saved and how much money we're ahead because of the tub.
Because it is a tub that pays for itself.
Every pasture you go in's got a tub. We will always use the orange tubs.
Not only is it paid for itself as far as the hay consumption, it's paying for itself when you some hay.
These tubs are expensive, and I believe they are, but I think they're damn sure worth it. No, I definitely feel like the tub pays for itself.
It absolutely pays for itself.
The results speak for themselves. Dollars in your pocket. That's what Riomax does for you.